1,000 fans per home match. This place was built for wrestling.
Just a couple thousand short of selling out, like
averaging sellouts.
Averaging a sellout, yeah. I wonder if wonder how close Iowa wrestling would be compared to Nebraska's sellout streak.
We don't need to start that debate live on Big Ten Plus. Now to 141. This is one of the marquee matchups of the night. 11th ranked Nasir Bailey for the Iowa Hawkeyes and 9th ranked Vance VomBaur. And early on, Nasir Bailey needing an injury timeout, and I think his finger might have gone out of place and is somewhere where it's not supposed to be in his hand, and he's not even going to look as the trainer puts it back in place. But this is the matchup to watch. Both of these wrestlers incredible in their own right. Nasir Bailey, a junior from Park Forest, Illinois, two-time Pac-12 champion when he was with Little Rock, two-time NCAA qualifier, and for Vance VomBaur. I mean, the accolades go on and on. Two-time All-American, finished 8th as the 6th seed in 2025, earned All-American honors at 141 as the 26th seed in 2024, and was named to the second team All-Big Ten a year ago. What are we in store for here at 141?
Vance VomBaur brings firepower to the Minnesota Golden Gophers lineup. As you previously mentioned, two-time All-American. Two of his 4 losses this year, though, have come to number 1 ranked Jesse Mendez, both bonus point losses. He gave up a loss by major decision and one by tech fall. But he has 4 wins in his last 5 matches, with 2 of them being bonus point wins, both of them being major decisions. He knows how to go out and score points. And that's what, if I'm on the Minnesota coaching staff with Coach Eggum, I know he's going to be an absolute offensive juggernaut.
Nasir Bailey getting his fingers taped up on his right hand, and he will head back out on the mat. VomBaur will go down after the injury timeout. And we're ready for some fireworks here at 141.
Should be a very intriguing matchup. You know, like I said, it appeared Nasir Bailey had Brock Hardy taken down on the edge of the mat. At least the Iowa coaching staff certainly thought so. But an unsuccessful challenge ended up dropping that match to Brock Hardy 1-0. But Nasir Bailey showed he can contend with the top 10 wrestlers.
Bailey still asking the coaches about his finger, and he looks like he's in a lot of pain. And the referee's saying, hey, if you're going to ask for another injury timeout, we're going to have to talk about it one more time. And I think Nasir's going to try and just wrestle through it. Oh, something is not right with Nasir Bailey's finger.
No, not at all.
And Matt's side, I mean, we can kind of see it when he's walking over to the Iowa bench. We are right next to the Iowa bench, so we can see it pretty well. And one of his fingers doesn't look like it's in the right place.
No, it does not. And, you know, that goes to the toughness that we hear from Tom and Terry Brands. You know, a Hawkeye's not going to come off the mat for anything, you know, they don't think is serious.
So what's the conversation here now? This is the second injury timeout for Nasir Bailey. What does this mean for Iowa to keep in mind if they want to make sure they don't forfeit this match?
You got to do something with that finger because you only have a finite amount of injury time. And if it's, once you run out, you're done. And that would be an injury default, and that'd be 6 points to Minnesota.
Which would be a big swing in this match. So they're going to give 1 to Vance VomBaur. And he will go down again. Out of the injury timeout. Bailey putting on a nice ride. VomBaur able to roll through and get back to his feet to take a 2-0 lead. Now Nasir's really going to have to work through that finger issue, as he's already down 2-0, in large part due to the injury timeouts.
Indeed, it doesn't look like he wants to use that hand as much as he normally would want to. VomBaur trying to get Bailey moving.
Now, if you're out there and you're Nasir Bailey, of course you're dealing with some pain, but how do you keep your mind off that and just focus on wrestling?
I would say if I was Nasir Bailey, I would feel the feeling of winning trumps the feeling of pain. You have to go out there and get to your offense that we've seen him get to with the likes of Brock Hardy and who we saw get a takedown on Brandon Davis to get the lone win against Penn State. You got to push that feeling of pain to the side and focus on offense and getting to it.
Yeah, that win against Braden Davis, the only one for the Hawkeyes against Penn State, a 3-2 decision win. A massive upset for Nasir Bailey, but then end up falling to third-ranked Brock Hardy of Nebraska last weekend in a 1-0 decision. Looking to get back in the win column here tonight.
Looked like he was behind VomBaur there for a moment, just can't capitalize on the positioning.
VomBaur coming off a loss to top-ranked Jesse Mendez last weekend, but then bounced back a couple days later against Carson Exford of Wisconsin. Picked up a major decision win against the Badgers.
Outside of his losses to Mendez, his other two came against Northern Iowa's Corey Land, who recently suffered a season-ending injury, I believe, and he also lost to 20th-ranked Julian Tagg, as we see a single-leg shot here from VomBaur.
Trying to pick it up and drive Bailey down to the mat, but Bailey able to spin around. And they're going to stop action there.
Time was out. Clock was done, so it's all right.
Second period over. And Bailey still trying to deal with that finger and wrestle through it. Her first period expired, excuse me, so now we're into the second period.
Yes.
And right as VomBaur had gotten to a pretty good attack, and Bailey's just trying to muscle his way through this injury.
Like I said, you got to put that pain to the side and find a way to get points here now, being down 2-0.
VomBaur able to spin out and leads 3-0 over Nasir Bailey. And this is a big match for both of these wrestlers, so closely ranked at 141. Both of them have some big wins this season against ranked opponents.
It's a good measuring stick match when you also factor in, Brock Hardy, you got Joey Oliveri of Rutgers, Jesse Mendez, all of these wrestlers. And Brandon Davis is still a top wrestler here at this weight. When you think about come first week of March, we got Big Tens in State College. It's a good measuring stick to see where you rank in your weight class for conference as well as nationals afterwards.
A stall warning against Nasir Bailey. He's going to have to go to work. Again, fighting through that finger injury. VomBaur in on that single leg, trying to drive forward. Bailey hangs on to the right leg of VomBaur. VomBaur can't find the other leg of Bailey, continuing to spin around edge of the mat. Still working his way back toward the mat, and a 3-point takedown for Vance VomBaur as he takes a 6-0 lead.
That's what you want to see if you're the Minnesota coaching staff, getting to the offense, putting up the points. VomBaur out in front of this one as he works down the riding time now.
20 seconds left in the second period as they step out right in front of the Minnesota bench. And Bailey's going to take his time, stretch out that finger.
Bailey's got to find something from underneath. I know the pain of that finger must be excruciating, but you still got to be able to work through it and get those points that you need to win the match.
And even taking the 1,000-step foot back for the Hawkeyes. They've had a lot of injuries this season. A lot of athletes have to take some time off to recover. The last thing you want to see is your 141-pounder go down as well. Second period expires. VomBaur leading 6-0. But what would a win for Vance VomBaur here mean for his season at 141?
Well, in his career, he has a losing record against the Hawkeyes, so this would actually make it 500 against Iowa wrestlers. But it would actually bode very well for him. win against while he might not be top 10, a top 15 ranked individual definitely bodes well. As we see here, they're going to give Bailey the escape. Looked like he had the leg up in the single for a reversal, but only gets the escape out of it as he drives VomBaur off the mat.
How about Nasir getting to an attack? Despite the pain, trying to wrestle through and pick up an upset win over VomBaur, but you're absolutely right for Vance. Even for him, it wouldn't be considered an upset win against a guy so closely ranked in the top 15. Only bodes well in your resume getting ready for the Big Ten tournament, and of course looking even further down the line with the national tournament ahead.
Absolutely, and you see VomBaur, even though he's up by 5, he's still stalking Bailey, trying to find some offense. He's not just going to let Bailey dictate the pace. He's going to stay on the offense.
60 seconds remaining at 141. Here's a shot from VomBaur. Got to give credit to Bailey, staying out there and trying to wrestle through this. He'll at least save the forfeit points, but there's another stall against Bailey. That'll give a point to VomBaur.
He needs to stay on the aggression.
There's an attack from VomBaur. Bailey playing defense, picks up one leg. VomBaur, though, flattens him out for 3 points.
Got a high thigh ride with that left. Looks like with that left leg he's got, trying to, I don't know if he's just trying, VomBaur's just trying to hold on right now because he knows he has the major locked up.
It looks like that is what he's going to do with 3 seconds left. Vance VomBaur, a massive ranked win for the Minnesota Golden Gopher as they retake the lead on the team score, a ranked win for the redshirt senior.
Vance VomBaur getting out, getting to the offense early.